Hello and welcome to Solo Playhouse. Today I'm continuing my playthrough of Storyfold Wildwoods. We are in chapter 2. I have just done one scene from chapter 2 and now we are continuing. So if we look at the table, I have set up this. It's scene 9, Donkelgrot. The scene setup was pretty similar, so we have light and dark out. We searched the creature deck for the rat, and we placed it face down on the creature deck. And then we had a card, the Nightmare, and we resolved it, and it goes into spot 3+, which is the first one, which is annoying. And also, we resolve the on-play effect of the top shadow discard pile, which is the one we used at the end of the last round. So we could spend spirit to get crystals. I only had one spirit left, but I did use it because I wanted to get some help with my help card, because this Nightmare card, when we get to the shadow phase, it has 4 for losing spirit. So that will be a problem. But also, it disappears after its activation. It actually returns to the game box. So, and then we draw a creature card. So it's just for this first round. But what we should do first is read the introduction to this. So, Donkelgrot. Luma slid down the slippery slope and felt a jolt of pain surge through her ankles as she hit the rocky cave floor. Grom followed, growling as he squeezed through behind her. She summoned a light in the palm of her hand and peered ahead. The steep cave entrance was narrow, but opened into a wider cave that descended deep into the earth. The sounds of scuttling feet and dripping water faded behind her, replaced by an eerie, deep silence. Together, Brom, Luma said, limping forward on her sore ankles. As she did, her shadow stretched before her, reaching deep into the darkness. So we have shadow effects. This round actually is not very long. We only have 1, 2, 3 rounds to do all this stuff. And also, we only prevail if we get to the guide location. If we don't, if we resolve find, we draw story card 4 and go to scene 10. Otherwise, travel scene 33 alone in the dark, which I think is the kind of, I don't know what happens then. So we need to also think, let me just do this. I think we have to do this first. So we lose 2 spirits, then draw a shadow. Then we may discard 1 boon to prevent that happening. And then with find, choose 1 card from the explored discard pile and place it on top of the explored deck. Investigate, draw 1 explore card, then draw story card 3. So there's some benefits to doing this. And guide is a help action, gain 3 spirit, then draw story card 4. So I think what I should really do first, well, in this first round anyway, is we can't heal, but we can use our heal to gain spirit, which we really need, because otherwise we're going to draw a shadow card. We do have berries as well, which when used, we can gain 2 spirit, then discard the card. So I think we're going to use heal, which means we can move light up 1, because I'm going to try and use light to stop this Nightmare from actually taking spirit from us. So we're going to do shine, light 1 creature. We need 2 successes. No, we're not doing shine, sorry. We're just doing this 4 successes. We're going to use help next, and we do have a crystal. So I'm going to use 3 for heal. So we need 4 or more. And we've only got 1. Yes, that will be 1. I think... actually we've made a mistake. Oh, no, we haven't. Yeah. I'm just thinking I could get another one if I use calm. After rolling dice, add 1 to each result, then discard this card. But I think that might be a bit of a waste. I'm just going to take the 1. So we get 1 spirit. And heal moves down to the bottom of the river. And then I'm going to use this shine. So light 1 creature. So we're rolling 2. We got 2 4s, so that's 2 successes, so we don't need to spend the crystal. We have done that. Location. So we can light 1 creature, so we're going to light Nightmare. So when we light them, they get stunned, and they move to the bottom of the track. So that's the end of the Luma phase, and we can now move on to the Shadow phase. So we activate creatures, so Nightmare activates as normal, but they have a stun on them, so they don't lose. We don't lose spirit. And then after activation, return this card to the game box, then draw 1 creature card. Do not activate it in this Shadow phase. So this goes back. We draw 1 creature, and we know it's going to be a rat because we had to put that on top in the scene setup. So when this card is discarded, add the die on this card to your available disc. On play, enter the river, then place 1 of your active dice on this card. After activation, no effect, so they don't move up by themselves. And then we move this along. And it says, if the light marker has not reached the center of the Wildwoods track, lose 1 spirit. So we lose another 1. Okay, so that's the end of the Shadow phase. We get our dice back, but we only have 4 at the moment. So we can... 1, 2, 3. I wish we had crystals on this light. One, 2, 3, 4. Do you know what? I'm going to roll 1 for help. For each success, gain a crystal. So we got 8. So we get 1 success. We get 1 crystal. And I don't see why I can't spend this crystal for another success. Which means that I can put 2 crystals on light. I don't see how that is an issue. So we've used that dice. And then we have 1 more. I'm a little bit worried that I haven't used Explore. Also, if this I'm going to use my berries and get 2 spirits. And then we discard the cards. We'll move up here because I'm not going to be able to disable this rat. So we're going to use light, and we're going to try and get to the center. For each success, advance the light marker 1 space. So we got a 3 and a 5. So that's 1, 2, and then we can use one of our crystals to move it to the center. So that's done. These all move down. We do not have long to do this, though. I probably should have done an explore first, but you know. Okay, so then we enter the shadow phase. So the rat on play, end of the river, then place one of your dice on this. No, that doesn't happen. They're just going to attack. So they're going to take 2 spirit away from us. After activation, no effect. So they just stay there. And then we move the shadow marker down. We do not lose any spirit. But basically, I think we're going to lose this pretty smartish. Yes, as soon as this moves here, then we have failed. Wow, I had to do that very quickly. So I'm going to do my explore here. We only need 1 success. So I will roll 1 card. We got a 4. So we do that. Lose 2 spirits. You may discard one of your boon cards to prevent this. So I will. This moves to the bottom. And heal. We could heal the creature. Let's do that. So we got a 6. So we heal this creature. So we get the die back. And when they're healed, we get 1 crystal. And I will put that on help. And then I think I'm going to use explore because we need 2 successes and I've got 2 crystals on it. And with the new rule, I don't have to roll a success to activate the crystals. So I will do this. And I got a 3, which is a fail, but I can spend these 2 crystals to get the successes. Choose 1 card from the explore discard pile and place it on top of the explore deck. I think we will put this getting 2 spirit on top. And now I can do this one. We don't have any creatures, so we won't lose any spirit. I'm going to try this. So we need 2 successes for this. We got 2 7s. So I don't need to spend the crystal. We are in the center, so we can do this. So we've completed this. We gained 3 spirit, 1, 2, 3. So we've ended up with 2 more spirit than we had at the start. And then we draw story card 4. That should go down to the end. So story card 4 says, chittering guide. Luma found herself face to face with a giant rat, its eyes gleaming red. But before it could attack, she uttered soothing words of healing. The rat tensed as it tried to resist, then lowered its head as foul wisps of shadow fled from its body. Relief and gratitude filled its eyes, and the rat chittered excitedly, signaling Luma to follow it further into the cave. On play, gain the 10-sided die and add it to your available dice. So that goes back into the box. So we get this dice again, which is good. Obviously, a 10-sided die is better than an 8-sided die because there's more chance of you getting a higher number. So that's pretty nice. Okay, so we've resolved the guy's location. Travel to scene 10, Eternest. So when we travel, we take creature cards out, we clean up the river, and then we remove the markers from this one. I'm quite pleased with myself that I got through that without losing another shadow card. And then we travel to scene 10, Eternest. Okay, so let's look at Eternest. Luma pursued the giant rat, oblivious to her surroundings. Brom followed close behind, guarding her from the rear. Wait, Luma shouted. Please, what? She stopped dead in her tracks, but it was too late. Luma found herself ensnared in dense, sticky webs that draped from trees and shrouded the path. Luma struggled to get free, but her movements only trapped her further. Meanwhile, the rat had vanished, although she could still hear it squeaking in the distance. Oh dear. Trapped, trapped, trapped. Okay, scene setup. Place the light marker on the leftmost space and the shadow marker on the rightmost space of the Wildwoods track. No change there. It's a slightly longer time to get things done. Search the chapter deck for trail, then take the top 3 cards of the explore deck. So these cards are always on the back. So trail. Then take the top 3 cards of the explore deck, shuffle these 4 cards together and place them face down on top of the explore deck. So 1, 2, 3. Shuffle these cards. Who knows? And search the chapter deck for Ettercop and resolve its on-play effect. So Ettercop is at the back. On play, end of the river. Draw 1 creature card. Waldwalk. On play, 6+. So it goes here. And that is it. So shadow effects. With the eye, draw 1 creature card. 1, 2, 3 creatures coming out in the middle of this. And with the twisted flats, if there is no Ettercop in the river, search the creature discard pile for Ettercop and resolve its on-play effect. So Ettercop, Waldwalk is just going to take spirit away from us. Ettercop, sorry. After activation, move 1 space towards the start of the river. Then, if this card is in 3 space, choose 1 of your boon cards and place it on top of the explore deck. Yeah. So, we can investigate, which we get 2 crystals, then draw story card 5. We cut, discard 1 creature from the river, then draw 1 explore card. So that's how we try and look at these explore cards. And then follow to attempt. Trail must be in your boon area and draw story card 6. Find is choose 1 boon card from the explore discard pile and keep it. Again, guide, rearrange any cards in the river excluding help. We can't use help yet. We could get a boon card. Healer's at the top. So we don't really want to explore yet. Heal might be good to heal this Wildvark. Let's get our dice. If we heal the Wildvark, and then we could just light to try and start moving this on. We need to get 2 successes with these heals, so I could. There's no way to mitigate these things. So I think I would need to roll 3 dice for this, and I'll probably roll my 10-sided die. 3 or more. Okay, I'm going to try it. Okay, so I got 2 successes. My 10-sided gave me a 2. So the Wildvark is healed. So we get 2 crystals. And I think I'll put 1 on explore and 1 on light. These will move up. Oops, so those dice are done. And we have 3 more. I think what I might do is just roll 1 for light, and then I can always move it 2, if not 3 with the roll. After activation, the Ettercop is going to move. So if we did light and explore, it would be here and it would move. We don't have any boon cards at the moment, though. Maybe let's do explore. Let's do this investigate first. Oh no, that's silly. It is silly, really. Let's roll 1 die for light. So we got a 6. So I'm going to spend these 2 crystals. So we move 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So we only need 2 next time. And then let's investigate. So we need 2 successes, but we have 1 crystal. So just 1 success would do it. 3 or more. And we got 2. So that's all we need. We gain 2 crystals. So I think we'll put 1 on help because we're going to need them. And 1 on light. Yes, so that we can perhaps light this Ettercop next turn. So we've done that. And then we draw story card 5. Hoping this will be something good, but you never know. Web of Tears. A harrowing image appeared, a woman desperately trying to free herself from the thick, entangling web surrounding her. As she struggled, a faint crimson glow began to pulse from the baby in her arms, mingling with the distant echoes of howling wolves. On play, move each creature card 1 space towards the start of the river. Oh, well, that wasn't good. Okay, so they're going to move up. So they're going to be in first place, but they would have been anyway, the Ettercop, so I didn't waste time trying to stop that from happening. Okay, so that's the end of our first turn. So now the shadow phase, we activate creatures. So we lose 2 spirit. After activation, move 1 space towards the start. If this card is in 3+ space, choose 1 of your boon cards and place it on top of the explore deck. That's all that happens. It does not move. And then we move along. So it is just, if there is no Ettercop, there is. So back to the Luma phase. We need to get rid of this Ettercop, really. Help. We could. Let's try and do find. So we're going to use this, and I'm just going to roll 1 dice. We got a 4, so that is enough to do find. Choose 1 boon card from the explored discard pile and keep it. So we can add +1. We can get Eek again, who move help to any space in the river, then draw 1 explore card. If it's a boon, keep it. If it's a bane, discard it. Then discard this card. Reroll any number of dice, then discard this card. Yeah, Eek is the best one. Eek is great. And he was a bonus we got for completing a thing. So we've used help. That goes to the end of the river. So we want to use heal or light. I think maybe we should just light the Ettercop. But we need to explore as well. Oh, discard 1 creature from the river, then draw 1 explore card. Okay, so let's... What should we do? Should we heal? We could try and heal the Ettercop. With 3. Yeah, let's try and heal the Ettercop. So we just need 2 successes. And we've got a 5 and a 6, which is enough. So we heal them. So we get 2 crystals for that, which is good. And I will put one on explore. Are we going to need to heal again? Let's put the other one on help. And then we've got 2 dice left. So I think we can afford to light. Yeah, I'm going to light 3 or more. 5 and a 5. So we get the 2 that gets it to the center. And that's the end of the Luma phase. So activating creatures, we do not have any. This goes here. So we draw 1 creature card. And it's an adder on play, end of the river. And also, if there is no Ettercop in the river, search the creature discard pile for Ettercop and resolve its on-play effect. So actually, that symbol is before the eye, so this would be like this. Okay. Luma phase. We get our dice back. We definitely... We need to get this trail card, and it's in... It could be 4 cards down. I could use Eat to draw an Explore card. Okay, I'm going to do it, and let's... At least we're getting an Explore card. So when used, move help to any space in the river. We want to keep it there. Then draw 1 Explore card. Path. So this is advance the light marker up 2 spaces, then discard this card. Eat gets discarded. That's not useful for now. Okay, so I think... Oh, dear. I'm going to roll 1 and explore. Or maybe I should do this first. I'm here. I get to draw 1 explore card. So we've already drawn 1 of the 4. Yeah, let's do that. So we need 2 successes. So I'm going to roll 2. We've got a 5 and a 4. So that is the successes we need. Discard 1 creature from the river. So let's discard Ettercop. Then draw 1 explore card. Scratched. On play, you retrieve 1 fewer die at the start of your next Luma phase. Discard this card. That's annoying. Okay, so we used explore. I've still got 4 dice to use. I need... I'm going to roll 1 die in light, and I'm going to light the adder up. And I got a 1, which is not a success, but I can use the crystal in the variant rules. So we light up the adder. And they move to the end of the river. Then light moves to the end of the river. And I still have 3 dice to roll. I will only have 5 on the next turn because of that bane. Okay, I'm going to roll 1 more and do explore. And I got a 1 again, but I'm going to use both these to draw 2 explore cards. There's the trail card, and there's berries, so I will put that there, and that goes there. So these move down. And then I've got 2 dice to roll. We need 3 successes, so I'm going to do the follow. I've got everything I need. I have the trail. I have the disc in the center. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to roll 2. I need 3 successes. I got an 8 and a 4, and we need just another success, so I'll spend a crystal. And we have done it. So draw story card 6. If you resolve, follow location, which I just have. Return trail from your boon area to the game box. Travel to scene 11, Webs of Destiny. Okay, so we'll read this. And this says, Path of Light. After breaking free from the entangled webs, Luma discovered a hidden, light-dappled path beside a slender stream. On the bank of the stream was the giant rat once again beckoning her to follow. There you are, Luma rejoiced, and she hurried after the rat with Brom close behind. On play, gain 2 crystals. So we can put these where we want, and I think we'll put 1 on light and 1 on heal. And then we're going to travel, so the adder will go into the discard. Everything moves up. And we take all these off. So we are going to scene 11, Webs of Destiny. And I think I might play this as well. Ooh, there's a big spider. Okay, Web of Destiny. As Luma struggled to keep up with the rat, she tripped over a half-buried rock and landed face first in the cool, damp dirt, muddying her vision. She doesn't have much luck, does she? Holding Brom to steady herself, she wiped her face clean, revealing a large forest lair webbed between the trees. Shrouds of sticky, shadowy thread crisscrossed the path. Cocoons hung from thick branches, their trapped occupants squirming slowly within. Further into the lair, barely discernible through the gloom, a beam of light hinted at an exit. But any hope of escape was short-lived. A colossal spider emerged from the darkness. Place the light marker on the leftmost and the shadow marker on the rightmost space of the Wildwoods track. I feel like at some point that's gonna be different. I don't know. Search the creature discard pile for Ettercop and resolve its on-play effect. Not again. On-play, End of the River. Search the chapter deck for Dunkelweather and resolve its on-play effect. Dunkelweather. On play, End of the River, then move light to the end of the river. Okay. Okay, Dunkelweather. And this time we have shadow effects. I is draw one creature card. Twisted Flax. If Dunkelweather is in the 3+ space and there is a shadow card on top of the shadow discard pile, resolve that shadow card's on-play effect. Right, okay. So we don't have it at the moment. We have a story card. So if oh, actually, I don't think that's right. That should have gone out, shouldn't it? These story cards shouldn't be in there. It should always be right. Shadow cards. So basically, it's saying if you've used a shadow card, I see. But when you first time you pick the last shadow card, you use Brom to stop it. So that won't activate if Brom has stopped it, so it will give you a bit more chance. If you're, yeah, I totally get it. Okay, that's cool. Luma prevails if you resolve the escape location, so this location. Okay, so let's go through what we have here. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on light, and it's push light down to the end of the track. Thank you. We have 3. Gain 1 crystal or 2 spirit, then draw story card 8. To attempt, you must use all your remaining dice. Draw story card 11, and we also need to be have light in the center because of that symbol, and then escape. Draw story card 12. We have 2 other options: untangled. Draw 3 explore cards, place them on top of the explore deck in any order, and then move 1 action card, excluding explore, to the 3+ space. Okay, we are going to lose 5 spirit. And we also have this Bane card, so we retrieve 1 fewer dice, and I presume that rolls over. Let me just check. Let me see. Can't see anything. I'm going to presume it does. I don't see any reason you would take it off. Nothing says you remove them. I think it's a bit of an outlier, but yeah. Okay, so we have our help. So we can look at 3 explore cards. We could try this right now. So I'm going to take those 4, and then this will get discarded. So with our help, if we do 3, gain a crystal or 2 spirits, then draw story card 8. So we need 2 successes. So I think I'm just going to roll 1. We got 4, so we can spend a crystal to get the 2 successes we need. So we are free, and we will get 2 spirit rather than a crystal, and we will draw story card 8. And this says, a sticky rescue. As Brom stalked toward the dunkel weather, Luma dashed behind a nearby cocoon. From within the silken prison, muffled sounds called out to her. With trembling hands, Luma tore at the threads, desperate to free the squirming captive inside. On play, if story card 9 is in the chapter deck, draw it. Otherwise, draw story card 10. I think it still is. Yes. So that goes out. And this is a core of freedom. Barely breathing, a young raven coughed and cawed as it worked to unfurl its sticky wings. As Luma's attention shifted back to the dunkel weaver, the small black bird hopped away, cawing in gratitude. On play, draw 1 explore card. If it's a boon, keep it. If it's a bane, discard it. It's a boon, so when used, choose 1 boon card from the explore discard pile and keep it. Then discard this card. Excellent. So I know that I've got Eek in here, so I might use him. Okay. Okay, just checking. Oh, so we used help. Heal. We could heal the Ettercop. We could lose 3 spirits. We're not going to be able to light. This is the thing. We need to get light up. Burst we can use to move light up to the top. We can advance the light marker with path as well. So we only need to get 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to get 4 light. Heal. I think we need to heal the Ettercop. So I'm going to use 2 die. One of them is going to be the 10-sided one. So we've got a 7 and a 4. So we do heal the Ettercop. And we get 2 crystals. Explore could definitely do with 1. Heal not so much, probably light. Oh, I could do with getting rid of this Dunkel Weaver. I think I'm going to do it because I can use Burst to move 1 card, so I could move light up to the top. I'm going to roll 2. I need 2 successes. And I got 2, which is great because I don't use any crystals. So we light the Dunkel Weaver. And it moves down to the end. And then light moves down to the end and everything moves back up. So we've used all our dice. Activation. In the shadow phase, the Dunkel Weaver activates but does not attack us because it was stunned. Move 1 space towards the start of the river, then draw 1 explore card. If it's a boon, discard it. If it's a bane, resolve its on-play effect. So it's a boon, we discard it. Better than a bane. Then we move this one along. Draw 1 creature card. Voss goes to the end of the river. Voss will make us lose crystals when it plays. And then also the Dunkel Weaver is on the 3 space, and there is a shadow card on top of the shadow discard card. Resolve that shadow card's on play effect. Yeah, no, there isn't. We're probably going to have to attack that Dunkel Weaver again. Okay, so we go again. Heal. We could try and heal the Voss again. Down to 3, yeah, I think we should do that. So I'm going to roll 2, we need 2 successes, 3 or more. 3 and an 8. So the Voss is healed. And we get 1 crystal. And I will put it on light. So if we don't stun the Dunkel Weaver, the on-play effect will be move each creature card 1 space towards the start of the river. If there are no creatures in the river, lose 2 spirits instead. Hmm. Well, let's do this help action. And then we'll do Untangle, draw 3 Explore cards and put them on top of the Explore deck in any order. So I'll use 2 normal dice. We need 2 successes, 3 or more. We've got an 8, so I will spend the other crystal to make that successful. We draw the 3 Explore cards on the top. 2, 3. So we do have a Bane here. And I think we'll put Stink, which is move 1 creature card to the end of the river, then discard this card. Second, retrieve 2 dice from the U space first, and Mud third. So we know we have 2 boons at the top. That moves to the bottom. So they are in 3+. But I could now light them. They only need 2 light. I actually think I'm going to do Explore. I'm going to do this. To attempt, you must use all your remaining dice, so I will. I've only got 2 left. I need 2 successes. Wow. Okay, hold on. So I can use Bliss. I'm going to use Bliss to choose a boon card from the Explore discard pile and keep it, then discard. I'm going to use Hope. And with Hope, I'm going to re-roll any number of dice. I'm going to re-roll these 2. And I got a 7 and a 10 this time. Then that gets discarded. So I've got 2 successes. I don't need to use the crystal. Stuck. You attempt the attempt. You attempt. You must use all the remaining dice. I have. Draw story card 11. Stuck. As Brom confronted the Dunkel Weaver, Luma suddenly found herself ensnared by sticky webs of shadow. Help! She cried to the giant rat watching nearby. But it offered no help, and it quickly scurried away. Anger surged within her, offering strength. But at what cost? You may return either the 10-sided or 12-sided dice to the game box. If you do, retrieve all dice from the used space. So I could lose 1 die. And have another round. Or just skip this round. Hmm. I think it's more beneficial to do it. So I'm going to return the 10-sided dice and retrieve, because having another set of dice seems to be a good idea. And I'm going to use one to light the Dunkelweaver. And I rolled a 1, but I will spend 2 crystals to do it anyway. So they go to the end of the river, and they're stunned. And then light goes to the end of the river as well. And then heal is for each success gain spirit. Oh, I've done this wrong. I was supposed to have this in the center to do this. Well, I've just done that wrong. I'm going to spend the path to get to light. That is my mistake. So I will roll 2 for heal. And I got a 5 and a 6, so I gained 2 spirit for those. And then I will roll these 2 dice to help, but just to gain crystals. And I've got a 3 and a 5, so I get 2 crystals. And I will put them both on light. So I've used all my dice. It's the shadow phase. Creatures activate. They're not going to attack me, but they will move 1 space towards the start. Then draw 1 explore card. We know it's going to be a boon, so that's fine. And then we advance the shadow marker. So draw 1 creature card. It's an adder. They go to the end of the river. And then if the Dunkelweaver is in 3+, and there is a shadow card on top of the discard pile, resolve the shadow card's on-play effect. Move each creature 1 space towards the start of the river, so the adder now moves up as well. If there are no creatures in the river, lose 2 spirit instead. Okay. So it's our go. So we're going to use burst. So we're going to roll 1 dice. And it's a 6. So burst says move 1 action card, excluding explore, to the 3+ space. So we're going to move light up to the 3+ space. So that will move them like this. And then explore goes to the back anyway. So now we want to get 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 2 successes with light. But yeah, no, sorry. We need 4. But I have 3 crystals, so I'm going to roll 2 dice. Oh dear. 2 and a 2. Okay. We're going to spend 3 crystals. 1, 2, 3. The light goes to the end of the river. That's a shame. I still have 2 to go, so I will roll these 2 to try and heal the adder. And I got a 5 and a 2, so I get the 1 that I need. They are healed. I get 1 crystal, which I will put on light. Oh, so close. And that's the end of our turn. So I activate creatures. They will 3 spirits. Move 1 space towards the start, then draw 1 explore card. If it's a boon, discard it. If it's a bane, we know it's a boon. We know the next card is a bane. They're staying in the top space. Then this moves down and we're just Dunkel Weavering. It's on 3, so we do the on-play effect. Move each creature 1 space towards the start of the river if there are no creatures in the river, so nothing happens. So it's our turn again, so we need to do heal. I'm going to roll 1 dice, get a 6, so we activate that. So for each success, we gain 1 spirit. Could spend that though. No, I won't. And then we will roll 1 help. Need 4 or more. We got a 2, so we failed that. And then we just need 1 more light, so I'm going to roll 1 die because I have to. And I got a 6, so we do get that success. And now we need 4 successes with Explore, so that is not going to happen. So we will try and do help. So we need 6 or more, so it's a bit of a long shot. Yeah, we don't get those. So it's the shadow phase. We lose 3. 1, 2, 3. Move 1 space to start river, then draw 1 explore card. If it's a boon, yeah, we're going to get a bane now. On play, move each creature 1 space towards the start of the river, then discard this card. Nothing happens. We move the shadow marker up 1. We draw a creature card. It's a cray, goes to the end of the river. And if Dunkel was on 3+ and there is a shadow card, we do it again. Move each creature 1 space towards the start, so the cray moves up. That's the end of that. So now it's our turn again. So actually, we messed up here. We should have been in the center, but let's do this. We need 4 successes with 5 and 1 crystal. But I'm going to roll 1 dice to do this. Oh, no, that's silly. That's silly. Let's just roll all 5 of them to explore. Okay, so we need 4 successes. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. on the dice with 1 miss. So we do this. Escape has been achieved. We look at story card 12. And story card 12 says, a dash of light. The lair's exit, thick with webbing, shrank away before the blinding light bursting from Luma's hands. Go away, Luma shouted. Leave us alone. As the burning light scorched through the sticky webs, the creature recoiled. Without glancing back, Luma and Brom dashed through the exit. On play, Luma prevails. Read the Luma prevails section. Travel to scene 13, Riddles in the Forest. Okay, so we are going to travel. So they go away, those creatures. This one goes to the end. They all move up. And we remove everything. And this is where I am going to finish tonight. I will just do a little sneak peek of the next one. So we go to 13. Oh, let's do this then, because it is the end of the chapter. So, Riddles in the Forest. Luma stood in a sun-bathed clearing, savouring the fresh air. Excuse me. Nearby, Brom brushed his back against a tree to remove lingering spider webs. Suddenly, a gust of wind sent leaves swirling around Luma's feet. Above her, a giant raven swooped down, a chittering rat perched on its back. Startled, Luma dashed behind Brom. The raven landed gracefully and bowed, while the rat observed silently. Who are you? Luma asked as she stepped out from behind Brom. The raven seemed preoccupied with a worm, but a distant voice echoed in Luma's mind. We all have a role to play. Luma's mouth fell open as she searched for the source. Is it possible, she wondered, her gaze returning to the bird. Did the raven just speak? Through time, yes, the voice said as the raven cocked its head. Have you lost your path, or is it destiny you seek? I'm looking for a giant tree, Luma replied, her confusion growing. The tree of life holds the answers, the raven replied, still scanning the ground. And do you know where to find it? Luma asked hesitantly. In the heart of all shadows, the raven's words resonated through the forest. Only in the darkness do the seeds take root. Brom shifted beside Luma, his fur brushing her arm. But where is it? She persisted, trying to avoid the bird's penetrating gaze. Far away, yet nearer than you think, the raven responded before regurgitating a disagreeable snack. The raven cocked its head and closed its eyes as if to sleep. A long silence stretched on before it spoke again. The path is woven in light and shadow. The cryptic raven made Luma panic. You must tell me where it is, she pleaded. Please, guide me, or everything will be lost. Fear is a guide, but so is love, the raven replied, folding its wings. In the end, the bear and the wolf are one. Overwhelmed, Luma buried her tearful face in Brom's fur, but a gust of wind caused her to look up. With a twinkle of its eyes, the raven soared into the treetops, leaving as mysteriously as it arrived. Okay, so we have chapter end. Chapter 2 is over. Search the chapter deck for guidance and add it to your explore deck. Guidance. Guidance. Draw 3 explore cards, place them face down on top of the explore deck in any order, then advance the light marker 1 space and discard this card. Lovely. If you have the 10-sided or 12-sided die, search the chapter deck for Gnark and add it to your explore deck. Then return the 10-sided and 12-sided die to the game box. If the Haste Bane card is in your boon area, no. return it to the game box, then search the chapter deck for Eek and add it to your Explore deck. If the Brom card is in the Shadow discard pile, search the chapter deck for Wounded and add it to your Explore deck. No. Take your Explore deck, Explore discard pile, and all cards in your boon area and shuffle them together. Okay. So we'll shuffle them. Return all shadow cards, creature cards, and remaining chapter cards to the game box. Yes, we will not be using these again as that is over. It's all over. Those are staying though. Shadow cards. Only used one shadow card, which is pretty cool. Explore deck, explore discard, and all cards in your boon area return shuffle together. To save your game for later, which we're going to do, take your explore deck, action cards, and Luma and Brom card and place them in the save tray. Thank you. So our explore deck is going in there. Luma and Brom are going in there, and then these are going in here in their relevant spaces. And that will go in there, although I think it might reset again. So that's done. Return all tokens and dice to the game box. I'd love to have a 12-sided die, but I don't seem to have got to that. The 10-sided die is great, but this 12-sided die would be wonderful. Oh, rolling a 3, and a 2, and a 10. There you go. So the dice go back as well. And then I will just briefly go to chapter 3, A Den in the Swamp. And we will close this up. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. I have a membership. If you would like to become a member and help me out, it's very cheap. And you will get videos in the membership just for members and lots of other stuff. So yeah, if you would like to do that, please click the join. Until next time, I will be back tomorrow, and I'm playing Tidal Blades 2 again, which I haven't played for ages, but people voted for it, so I'm going to play it. Bit of a bigger game, but I'm looking forward to it. Okay, until then, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.